So in today's auction, we have the K-91-2. This is a Tier 9 premium Soviet medium tank. So yes, you will earn bonds, you will earn credits, you will earn more XP, all with this vehicle, the same as every other Tier 9 premium tank. And of course, naturally, because it is a premium vehicle, you can put any crew inside of it without penalty, as long as it is the same nation and the same class. And unlike yesterday, which in a video that you didn't actually see because I never uploaded it, I don't actually need to be on this account. Because just like that, we can head over to the press account and we can go ahead and play this vehicle. But before we do that, I need to go and get a better idea of what this tank is and what it can and can't do. So we're going to head over to TanksGG. So this tank has 2,600 DPM, but it only has 300 alpha, which, I won't lie, is pretty much a big letdown. Because if it was 320 alpha, then it wouldn't be that bad. It would be more in line with other vehicles. Yes, this is a tier 9, not a tier 10. But come on, I mean, even the T-54 has 320 alpha. And then even the 430 version 2 has 320 alpha as well. Which, you know, classes a sniper medium tank the same as the K-91 version 2. This is actually, it's a K-91, but just has a middle turret instead of a rear turret. And slightly different turret aspects as well. But it's just a bit of a letdown, it seems. Like, why is this 300 rather than 320? If you load the minimum damage roll, you actually roll for 240, which is just laughable. So I think that alone, this 300 alpha, is going to annoy a lot of people. The penetration is 248, which it's not bad. It's about in line with the 430 version 2 again, because this has 246. And I mean, this definitely doesn't have good sniper characteristics with only 1,000 shell velocity and it being AP. So compared to that, it's definitely better, but it's still only 248 pen, which you will struggle with sometimes. That being said, you do have heat rounds, which is 300 pen. That is good, but not absolutely amazing, considering that, again, the 430 version 2, 330 heat. The aim time is good. Dispersion is good. Dispersion is very good. This is obviously effective values. None of the other stuff has been added, so no consumables or anything like that at the moment. For the gun handling factors, you have 0.16 on the moving and a tank traverse and a turret traverse at 0.10. It has 55 top speed, 18 in reverse, and a decent powder weight at nearly 19. And more than good enough effective top speed on the hard and medium. And even soft, actually. The soft is rapid at 51, so you barely lose any speed across any terrain type. You have 1,500 hit points, which is actually the lowest of any tier 9 medium tank in the game, but it's only 100 lower than what the majority of like the lowest ones are. Just to show you, look how many 1,600 tanks there are here, and then they're just this with 1,500. Would it really have been that bad just to make it 1,600? The armor we're going to move on to in a second, but just to finish off here, the camera rating is good and the view range is good as well. So let's go and see if this tank has any armor, and then we'll set it up to see what the potential is out of this tank. So yes, looking at the armor profile, you'll see that it has a lot of weak spots. You have big weak spot here, which is going to be, if we go to the visual model, just this little bulge out here, and then we have this over here as well. Don't go too high up because then you won't pen, but if you just shoot the kind of center of mass there and there, it'll pen pretty much every time. If we went to heat rounds, the turret becomes even weaker, and this becomes even easier. You can pretty much pen everywhere around here, and you're going straight through. So it does have armor. You'll get some ricochets for definite, because there are just random points that you will just bounce, and it'll probably be quite annoying, especially if they're shooting APCR, because there are lots and lots of little ricochet angles. But for the vast majority of the time, you see someone, they shoot at you, you're going to take damage. Interesting enough, though, the side armor on this is 60mm thick. So you could just bait someone into trying to shoot this bit as long as this is all covered. Because, look, there's a lot of green there, okay? As soon as you show this bit, you're going to die. But if you just show this part, you maybe bait someone into shooting it, and then you can get a shot off on them as well. So, but let's be honest, it doesn't have armor, okay? If you get one of these things, go into the battle assuming nothing is going to bounce you. So now I'm going to go ahead, we're going to put all the equipment, consumables, and crew skills onto this area of the tank. You'll see it all go up in real time, so you can see how it all affects the tank. And then I'm going to go into the gameplay. I'll copy over all of the settings into the game as well. So first things first, obviously we're going to be using food. Lovely. For our crew skills, we're going to be using Brothers in Arms, Repairs and Concealment. Now remember, once we do this, we can only pick 3 from the rest of these. So I definitely didn't record this already and pick 4. I would never do such a thing. So for the Commander, we're going to be using Recon, Emergency and Mentor. The rest of these aren't really that useful. Coordination, not very useful. We already have very good aim time, so no need for that. Sound detection, practicality, yes, it's quite nice, but not really that useful in comparison to what these give as well. Mentor, I absolutely love because it just gives the crew more XP as well per game. And then also you can replace crew members that have been knocked out. So as long as it's not your commander, in which case then you won't replace that. But everyone else, you get replaced with 65% effectiveness. For the gunner, Snapshot, Deadeye, Armour. They're the only 3 you need. Concentration, as I've already mentioned, like in past videos, I don't think this is a very useful skill at all. And Designated Target, more for light tanks, and we don't need quick aiming for the same reason that we don't use coordination. The aim time is already very nice. For the driver, we're going to have off-road driving, smooth rides, and then engineer, because I just like going a little bit faster. For the loader, we want safe stowage, intuition, and then ammo tuning. Unfortunately, I would like to pick perfect charge, but it's not going to be possible because the intuition is too good. Safe stowage helps you out too much, and an ammo tuning reduces your low-end RNG, and also it slightly buffs the average because the lower is higher, so you will get slightly higher average damage rolls, and that in combined with Armour boosts it up even more. So then the average damage is now 304 nearly, rather than just the 300. And then for the radio operator, which is on the actual commander for this one, situational awareness, firefighting, and then communication expert. Because, yeah, sure, we only have 1,500 hit points. So if we earn over that in spotting, for example, we'll then get a nice little bonus. Now, for the equipment, I'm going to be using bounty equipment, but that doesn't mean that you have to use it. So, you know, you pick and choose how you would set up your account. But we're going to be using Rammer. I would like to have low noise exhaust just to boost this camo even more, and then we're going to pick vents because it just boosts up everything else. So yeah, I think on a tank like this, don't really need hardening, don't really need turbo. This sort of setup will be quite nice for that. Stay at the back of the map, be hidden, do damage as and when you can. Now once we do get full maxed out field mods, you can pick the alternate slot, and we get the secondary loadout as well. I would then go with CVS in the bonus slot. I'll then drop the rammer and go with bounty, low noise exhaust, and then for this last one we obviously go with optics, and then we just turn this into just a pure scout. For the rest of the field mods, we go for the left hand side for the first one, which decreases the penalty when you get ammo racked and damaged gun and stuff like that, so very useful. Improved circle size, and then we go for the camo rating again, which is very important on this vehicle, and then we end up with having 46% camo overall just for sniping, which is absolutely lovely. And I actually even forgot to add camo on there, so then we'd have 49% camo overall. So just by applying camo to the paint job on the tank, we're now at 49% camo. So nearly 50% camo when stationary with this setup. And then if we convert that to the scouting setup, this is then even more healthy at 48% camo when you're stationary and 40% on the move. So yeah, this is quite the setup for actually spotting in this vehicle. So what I'm going to go and do now, I'll convert all of this into game. So this will have both of these setups in game ready, and we'll go and see if we can get some decent gameplay out of it. Also, upon setting it up, I missed one thing, which is that TankGG automatically adds the buff to emergency, which is super annoying when you're trying to make these videos, because you then forget that this is only the situational ability, so it'll be slightly less than that. So you would need to take off, how much does emergency add? 5% off of everything from what I already just showed you, which is just a nightmare. It's so annoying. Now, I won't lie to you. This is not the first game. This is actually not even the second or third game. This is the fourth game. I've played 3 games. The games went so badly that I didn't have anything to show you. Now, I'm all for showing you bad games when they happen, but when you have 3 bad games in a row, people click off the video and they don't watch the video. So I'm not going to show you those games. Now, this tank also, after playing those games, I've realized that this is a very, very finicky tank. This is a lot like the K-91, but you don't have the K-91 DPM. You also don't have very many hit points, obviously, as we've already mentioned, but it feels like you really, really need to know what you're getting yourself in for if you're going to be getting this vehicle, or you're going to play this vehicle. Now, I'm going to speak about the price on this vehicle at the end, but I also want you to realize that there is a light tank somewhere. But I also want you to realize that this is not really the final price, because it will probably be sold again at some point in the near future. So, whatever it's going for in the auction right now, you could probably get it for gold later on or something like that. Oh, thank you. We'll just wait here for a second. We need these to be taken care of. Oh, he missed. It's very annoying. I'll try and put a few blind shots in then. One thing I did notice is that you can run out of ammo pretty quickly in this tank. The Charioteer is... he's low, right? Or 400. Yeah, so you can run out of ammo very quickly, but you can also run into the issue of you just don't have enough alpha. Because the 300 alpha is not that nice. It's really, really not that nice in nowadays world of tanks. I mean, we've said for a while that 320 alpha isn't really that good anymore, and 300 alpha is just even worse. So it leaves a lot to be desired on the alpha front. We're going to go to the middle. We're going to see if we can then start to snipe some people either across in the heavy line or from the people that are pushing up on the left-hand side where we just were. But it feels fast enough. It feels fast enough. It feels like we have... You're over that way, are you? Okay, that's fine. We'll just continue. Yeah, I don't think this needs a turbo or anything like that. I think the setup we have at the moment is pretty decent. Maybe you could go with hardening instead of low noise on this as well. But then that's more like personal preference, I guess. I mean, it's kind of annoying because on certain maps I actually would like hardening. Like on this map, for example, low noise doesn't really give me much of a benefit. So it would be quite nice in that on this type of map. But then you'd need kind of 3 equipment loadouts rather than just 2. So... yeah, because we definitely don't want to be dropping the rammer on this style of map. Can we shoot the Bazonte? Yeah, we could. Okay. For the next game, I may drop the vents for stab though, just to make a little bit nicer gun handling. But another thing that I have noticed is that you do need to keep your distance. Like you can't go up close in this vehicle. You just get punished way too much in that regard. I was drinking coffee. Very rude, you know? Very, very rude. I wonder what % camo rating we would have if we drop the low noise 4 hardening. It might actually be worth it. If it goes down to like 35%, maybe 40%, it'd probably be worth doing it. Oh wait, could be reverse side scrape. Ooh, I didn't think about this. Because that's 60. I think this is okay. We could maybe reverse side scrape. I had not taken that into thought. What health is the concept on? Ah! Where did you come from? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. We don't have armor. Yeah, you know what? We'll get rid of the low noise. I think hardening is going to be 10 times better for us. It won't offer us loads more hit points, but at least we get a little bit more. Go on then. I'm a little bit worried about passing the tank behind us. Alright, let's go. Let's try and kill the concept. I miss. Ugh. I am bad. Okay. Not a very big damage game, but I mean we sacrificed our hit points to try and win the game at least. Let's go down here and see if we can shoot this guy. Lovely. Where's the KV-4 gone? He has done the many disappearing. We'll load heat for the KV-4 as well. I'm going to try and proxy spot this just in case the ISU is up here. And hit the rock apparently. Okay, he's not directly up there, which is good to know. What about the KV-4? Are you still around here somewhere? I'm guessing they've all gone back to back. Nice! Oh, he's AFK. Lovely. Did the MBT miss or bounce? Oh dear. Alright, let's just keep going. I don't think we're going to be able to get a shot on the T-95. Oh, well, we will. Lovely. Very nice. One more in. He'll go behind there. That's absolutely fine. We can now just keep going. We only have 90-something hit points, so I need his help. KV-4 is on 315, so I need him to take the hit, and then we can kill him. Unless the KV-4 is somehow a magician, which apparently he is. And he doesn't really need to push this. That's fine. Now, does the T-95 go up, or is he going to go down and around to try and hide? Well, we'll try and keep to the back here. I'm going to go all the way around so that I can stay safe. And we'll poke up and see where we can spot the T-95. There we go. Lovely. Very nice. Okay. So we have 3.5k damage and 5 kills. Very nice. Apply. Yeah, as I said, this was my 4th game. This is by far the best game I've had so far. Yeah. Do you know what? Even halfway through that game, when we went over 2,000 damage, that was the best game I've had so far. It's been horrible in the first few games. But yeah, GG. I mean, this guy played well. He actually helped me out. I will send him a message, say thank you. Let's drop the exhaust on this loadout though, and we're going to put hardening in here. Make it look nice. There you go. Yeah, whatever. So now we have 1,670 hit points, which is pretty good. I'm wondering, so what is the camo rating now? 39%. What if we went for the left-hand side field mod? Just to make the repair time even less. It would go down to 33%. I mean, we were rich on this account. It doesn't matter. So let's just do this. And what we're going to do is then check. What does this then go down to? 41%. So it's kind of needed for this side. Yeah, you gain 6% extra camo for that. So, and the repair time isn't that bad. Okay. That'll be fine then. We'll stay on that camo. And what is the repair time? 3.39 suspension repair time. That's definitely fine. Okay, right. So, yeah, something like this we'll test out. As I said, not many hit points increase. Only 1,670 now, but nice. Okay, so for our next game, we're on Airfield. And I mean, I don't really want to push up too far, so we're gonna go over to the left-hand side to start off with. We're gonna see how the game goes, and then we'll decide where we want to go. I think that's the best option. So if we go ahead and head into this bush, we can then help out our light tank if he needs help, and also shoot anybody that's crossing over here. I'm not gonna lie, that looks getting missed. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to head into the middle of the map unless these are going to start pushing down. I don't think they're going to start pushing down. Yeah, I'm going to head into the middle of the map then, in that case. Because I think we're getting a little bit overrun over there as well. Like the Centurion 1 is having to deal with a Skoda 250 and a Blesk. And then also the old Gonky Donkey in the middle. So if we just go back here, there is a tortoise sniping. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. It's understandable. Let's go and actually... Why are you pushing down? Oh, God. Okay, well, I came to help our Centurion. He's now gone off a cliff and is being chased by a Skoda. Well, I mean... Let's just ask the tortoise for help. I'm sure he'll come round and help, you know? Like, I'm sure he'll be looking over here when everybody comes down this way, yeah? That's how it works. We just wait here. They don't know that I'm here. Now they do. No gun depression. He dies for that, though. See, I didn't have gun depression. Can I track him? He doesn't have field mods or hardening. Okay. Now we have communications expert at least. Hello. I mean, I don't think I can bait him into shooting me, so... We've definitely held over this side of the map, though. We've made sure our team is more secure. Ah, that's a problem. I was hoping that someone could shoot this like they did the Blesk, but that's fine. I should have really expected the Skoda to peek up like that. Where's our tortoise gone? Ah, he's driving into the middle to help out our heavies. Fine. Worth a shot. Just going to back up here, see if I can spot the guard. Yeah? Where's the guard gone? Well, he couldn't have gone that way because I would have spotted him. I mean, it's not horrible combined right now, but it could be a bit more. The guard is either right behind this rock or he's moved. But I don't know where he would have moved to. I'm a little bit worried. I need to try and get a hold of people over here. There is the Safak over here. Push up a little bit more, see if we can help out our team again, but they just seem to be dying at the moment. Which is... Okay. Well, there's a WT at the back of the map as well. Okay. I was not expecting that. Was he sitting there the whole time? Oh well, not a very good game at all, but... We should maybe win this. At least our tortoise is now playing the game, so he can just clean up everybody here pretty much. I mean, this wasn't a very good game damage-wise, but combined it wasn't too bad. Definitely not great, but yeah, the tortoise farmed up at the end, as I said. So yeah, GG. What I am going to do is ditch the vents on this, and I'm going to put on a stab and see how this feels. Just because of the amount of times that you're moving around and turning. In medium tanks, it's a lot more noticeable than heavy tanks because you are moving at higher speeds as well. Right, so Westfield. Now, I was tempted to choose CVS, but we have a fair few light tanks, so we shouldn't really run into any issues regarding vision, he says. We have even 90, we have a Squall, and we have an EBR. Hotchkiss is only the tier 7 version, but the even 90 should be able to provide us with enough view range, and then we should just be able to, fight over this side. That's the plan anyway. Whether or not it works like that is a completely different matter entirely. So we will need to help out even 90 because he could just get YOLO'd here, which is a legitimate concern. Anybody that goes in up this way is kind of in a very, very bad situation if someone just comes down. Especially if like the Blessed wants to go and do that. You can't really do anything about that. So I think there's someone... I was going to say, I think there's someone in the bushes, but it was someone directly in front of me as well. DZT. Nice. Obviously loading gold for this, because it's more reliable. He says as it hits the track, where we would have had APCR, and that would have been better. The classic. We do need to get this guy killed, though. Can't actually see him. Yeah, this is a big problem. Like a very, very big problem. We're going to have to try and run from this. Unfortunately, we don't have vision. Yes, CVS would have been better. Relying on your light tanks to do something correctly, imagine. I don't want to block this guy, but I'm trying to get an angle. The gun does sometimes feel a little bit dirty. Even with stab, the shells still just go random places sometimes. This is what I mean about the YOLO thing. I don't even know what I hit there. There we go. Do we get spotted at all? Okay. And it's not going well at the moment, but it's not going horribly wrong yet. To be fair, honestly, for this tank, I think that I might even just ditch the low noise on the secondary build as well. I kind of want rammer on this as well. Just have the classic CVS, optics, and then rammer for the secondaries, just so you can still fight people a lot easier. Ugh. Okay. We have shots at the Nomad as well. There is shots there, but try and put one into that. Nice. Yeah, we're going to take a lot of damage from the Nomad now. This is not good. See if we can try and escape out of this. Get spotted on running away though. If I stay in the bushes, maybe? Just hug the map border and just hope for the best. As long as we have our even 90 alive, we're not in a bad position. I'm gonna knock this tree down though, because I need some more camo. Right, so from here, we should be able to shoot everybody. But anybody that comes down here, anybody that comes down this side, the even 90 should be able to shoot it as well. The RT saw me knock down a tree. Wow, imagine that. I'm not a completely oblivious artillery player. I wonder how much he's going to blind this. I'm going to need heat for you. Nice. Get him out of the game. Was that even 93 marked? Yes. Well, for the others I don't need heat rounds. It's an even 90, a Super Hellcat and a Nomad, so... Really? Whatever. I don't have a shot anywhere. Wow, I even 90 died. Okay, well we've probably lost this game then. Did he even 90 shoot? Like, are we even 90, or did he just get spotted? The problem is the ELC can now just go and escape. And he could be anywhere. I mean, we're not hitting that. I think what we're going to do is move down a dip. The reason being is that we're somewhat safer. Because if we stay up there and the even 90 pushes, he'll spot me, I won't spot him, and then everybody else will be able to shoot me from up there. At least then, the Nomad has to overpeak. Where's that from? I'm guessing the even 90 isn't pushing because the artillery would have just waited. I don't really know what to do here. There's not really a lot I can do on 360 health. We know the Super Hellcat is around this area as well. So they're the same kind of place as the Nomad, so... Yeah. Can I shoot the even 90? Like he was there, right? No, he's too far behind. Well, at least he's dead, even if we die to the Nomad now. Or the artillery. Where is Mr. Nomad and friends? I really don't want to push this, but I may have to. Oh, okay. Let's see. That's a Nomad. Will he get a shot at this? Will he spot the Super Hellcat in a second? Lovely. And then he dies. Excellent. Okay. GG. Oh, okay, that was a bit of a more tense game. And that would have been 10 times easier with CVS. So yeah, for this scouting loadout, I'm not using low noise. I'm just going to leave it as... keep the rammer. and just play as like not replacing light tank because you sacrifice too much. Like you still want to have the extra DPM. I mean, unless Vents is going to give... It depends how much Vents gives, actually. I'll work this out in a second. Everyone missed. 6 kills, not bad. I mean, another 3.5k damage game. We get 6 kills, not bad. How much did even 90 get in spotting? Only 2.5. Okay, not that many. And we lost credits. If I was to do this and I drop this, what is my camo rating? 38. What if I then change this? And also, what is my DPM? If I then add that. No. Yeah, so in future, we just go back to the default one. It's not worth it for the extra camo. You might as well have this and then have the ability still to shoot people. So, yeah, that works out so much better as a secondary. If I had this build, I would have chosen that on that map. But the fact that I didn't have a rammer, I wanted that. So, yeah. Also, the stab doesn't seem to affect anything. I won't lie. Like it really, the gun still felt quite derpy. So I think for the main build, this, and then the secondary build, this, much like with most tanks. So yeah, at the end of that session, it wasn't a great session. Like we only averaged 2,500 damage, but I don't think that this is a great tank. I don't think that this is a tank that is worth the asking price, which we should now speak about. Because currently, since I started making this video, which actually ended up being about 2 hours ago because of those games that I missed and I had to re-record a load of stuff, 25.5 million is the competitive bid. And that is the medium bid, which means that 50% of people have bid less than that and 50% of people have bid more than that. It's just a crazy number. This tank is not worth that. It doesn't matter. Like, if you have a normal amount of credits on your account, let's say, look, on my account, 17 million, and that's after holiday ops. I've got a few in stock for the consumables. I've got about 30 million consumables, and I've got 17 million on my account to play with. It's not worth me buying, because you have to think about the situation that you're going to get yourself into. To make this tank worthwhile, you would have to get whatever you bid back from that tank by playing it. And this doesn't earn as many credits as, say, a tier 8 does. As you can see in those games, we weren't using boosters or anything else, and we were still like only just breaking even or even just losing credits. I mean, fair enough, we didn't have consumables in stock and stuff like that, so we were losing 20k a game minimum playing that vehicle, but it still doesn't change the fact that for regular tanks, like the Safak 105, I'd never really lost credits ever in that tank unless I was spamming full gold. And I think the biggest trap that people fall into is that they think that because it's not gold, it's not that expensive. They think that, oh yeah, I can just rebuy everything. I fell into this trap. I bought an FV215B 183 for like 20 million credits, and I never saw that income back. It was just not worth it. Fair enough, you don't earn credits with the FV. That's fine. But for this, even if you played, like let's say you earn 80k credits a game. If you earn 80,000 credits a game, and you play an hour, let's say 8 games an hour, so that's 8 times 80,000, that's 640k an hour. If you wanted to make back 25 million, that's basically 39 hours of playing this tank. And this has still got 9.5 hours remaining. And this competitive bid just keeps going up. It's already gone up 5 million since I started making this video. And that was, as I said, about 2 hours ago. So please be very, very aware that just because it's for credits doesn't mean it's cheaper, financially speaking, on your account. The tank itself is fine. I don't think it's anything special. I don't like the alpha damage, and for that reason, I'm not bidding. Like, I mean, I'm not bidding because it's 25 million competitive bid, which means the minimum bid is probably going to be ending up around about 15 to 20 million at the end of the auction. If this was going for like 10 million, sure. Put a bid in, get it. You'll probably be happy with the tank. But for this much money, it's not worth it. Unless you have like a billion credits like Godpack has. because he never fires gold and is a dirty peasant, then it's just not worth it, right? It's just not worth spending this much money. And even if you had that much credits, would you play this tank? Because if you have that much, you probably have loads of premium tanks. So, and as I said at the start, in the first game, this will probably be sold again at some point because it's a normal balanced tank. It will probably be sold for gold at some point that isn't this price. So no, I wouldn't bother bidding anything on this vehicle because it just isn't worth that much money. I think for the vast majority of casual players, they are not going to like this vehicle. And if you know what you're doing with like a K-91, it can work very, very well. But for everyone else, just avoid it.